When is that one time that you had to turn to the dark side? I was the good kid my entire life. Honor roll student, church every Sunday, never even got a detention. Teachers absolutely loved me. Parents held me up as an example to their troublemaker kids, and I genuinely believed that doing the right thing would always work out in the end. But senior year changed everything because of what happened to my best friend Ramon. Ramon had just gotten accepted to MIT with a full ride scholarship. His family couldn't afford college otherwise. His dad worked double shifts at the factory. His mom cleaned houses just to make ends meet. This scholarship was literally his only shot at getting higher education and breaking the cycle. The catch? He had to maintain his 3.8 GPA throughout senior year to keep the scholarship active. Enter Mr. Adams, our AP chemistry teacher. This guy was a complete nightmare who seemed to enjoy crushing students' dreams, but for some twisted reason, he had it out for Ramon specifically from day one. It started small but got progressively worse. Adams would call on Ramon constantly during lectures, interrupting him mid-answer to point out minor mistakes. He'd grade Ramon's lab reports with surgical precision while letting other students slide with obvious errors. When Ramon asked legitimate questions, Adams would respond with sarcasm and make him feel stupid in front of the entire class. I watched my best friend's confidence slowly crumble over the months. Ramon started second-guessing himself constantly, spending hours on assignments that used to take him just minutes. His other grades began slipping as he obsessed over chemistry, terrified of losing everything. The breaking point came exactly 2 weeks before finals. We had this major project worth 40% of our grade, a comprehensive analysis that Ramon had been working on for months. The guy had put together something absolutely incredible, complete with original experiments and detailed documentation. I actually helped him carry the heavy binder to Adams's classroom the day it was due. 3 days later, Adams announced that several students hadn't turned in their projects. Ramon's name was right there on the list. But I turned it in, Ramon said, his voice shaking with panic. We put it right on your desk. Adams barely looked up from his gradebook. I have no record of receiving your project, Mr. Williams. Perhaps you should be more responsible with your assignments. I watched the color completely drain from Ramon's face as he realized his entire future was crumbling. That night, Ramon called me crying harder than I'd ever heard anyone cry. Without that project grade, he'd fail the class and lose his scholarship forever. His dream of becoming an engineer would die before it even began. That's when something inside me completely snapped. I'd spent 17 years being the perfect student, the teacher's pet, the kid who never caused any trouble. But watching Adams destroy my best friend's life for his own sick amusement made me realize that sometimes being good just isn't enough. The next day, I volunteered to help Adams organize his classroom after school. He was absolutely thrilled. I was exactly the kind of reliable, trustworthy student he loved having around. You're such a responsible young man, he said as he handed me stacks of papers. I honestly wish more students were like you. About 20 minutes into our organizing session, Adams excused himself to use the bathroom. The moment he disappeared down the hallway, I moved like I was on some kind of secret mission. His desk drawer was locked tight, but I'd noticed him opening it earlier with a small key he kept in his pencil holder. My hands were trembling as I unlocked it, and there it was, Ramon's project, graded with an A, and marked, "Hold, do not return," in Adams's distinctive handwriting. I photographed every single page with my phone, but something had awakened in me and I didn't stop there. I went full criminal mastermind mode, found his gradebook and photographed every page, documenting how he consistently graded Ramon lower than other students with practically identical work. Discovered his filing cabinet used the same key, and found his answer keys for upcoming tests. The real jackpot was his computer. Adams had carelessly left his email open, and I found this entire thread with other teachers where he was openly bragging about putting that scholarship kid in his place. I screenshotted absolutely everything, my heart pounding as I heard his footsteps returning down the hall. When Adams came back, I was innocently organizing papers like the perfect helpful student. That night, I sent everything to the principal, school board, and superintendent. Adams was suspended within 24 hours. Ramon got his A project back and kept his scholarship. He's now at MIT and has no idea what I did.